principle of material actions. This was for the purpose of creating the material universe. Purport: the Bhagavad Gita stated that the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, maintained this material universe by extending his plenary expansion. So, this Purusha form is the confirmation of the same principle. The original personality of Godhead Vasudev or Lord Krishna, who is famous as the son of King Vasudev or King Nanda, is full with all opulence, all potency, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, and all renunciation. A part of his opulence is manifested at impersonal Brahman, and a part of his opulence is manifested at Paramatma. The Purusa feature of the same personality of God is Sri Krishna is the original Paramatma manifestation of the Lord. There are three Purusa features in the material creations, and this form, who is known as Karunadakshay Vishnu, is the first of three. The other are the Garbhodakshay Vishnu and the Shirodakshay Vishnu, which we shall know one after another. The innumerable universe are generated from the skin hole of the Karanadakshay Vishnu, and in each one of those universes, the Lord enter at Garbhodakshay Vishnu. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is also mentioned that the material world is created at certain interval and then again destroyed. This creation and destruction is done by the supreme will. This is very important. This creation and destruction is done by the supreme will because of the conditioned soul or the Nityabad living entity. The Nityabad or the eternal conditioned soul have the sense of individuality or ahankara, which dictate to the sense enjoyment, which they are unable to have constitutionally. The Lord is the only enjoyer and all others are enjoyed. The living beings are predominated enjoyer, but the eternally conditioned soul forget of this constitutional position, has strong aspiration to enjoy. The chance to enjoy matter is given to the conditioned soul in this material world, and side by side they are given the chance to understand the real constitutional position. This is very important. The chance to enjoy matter is given to the conditioned soul in this material world, and side by side they are given chance to understand their real constitutional position. Those fortunate living entity who catch the truth and surrender unto the lotus feet of Vasudev after many, many births in this material world, join the eternally liberated soul, and thus are allowed to enter into the kingdom of Godhead. After this, such fortunate living entity need not come again within the occasional material creation. But those who cannot catch the constitutional truth are again merged into Mahat Tattva at the time of annihilations of the material creation. When the creation is again set up, this Mahat Tattva is again let loose. This Mahat Tattva contains all the ingredients of material manifestation, including the conditioned soul. Primarily, this Mahatattva is divided into 16 parts, namely the gross material element and the 11 working instrument or senses. It is a cloud in the clear sky. In the spiritual sky, the effulgence of Brahman is spread all across, and the whole system is dazzling in spiritual light. The Mahatattva is assembled in the corner of the vast, unlimited spiritual sky, and the part which is thus covered by Mahatattva is called material sky. This part of the spiritual sky called the Mahatattva is the only insignificant portion of the whole spiritual sky. And within the Mahatattva, there are innumerable universe. And all these universe are collectively produced by Karanadakshay Vishnu, called the Mahavishnu, who simply throw his glance to impregnate the material sky. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Ulmetam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurube Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Tadamayam Dadati Sopadantikam Nama Om Vishnupadayam Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashata Desatarini. So there are many lessons from this verses. I'm very grateful that last verse was took by Mahatma Prabhu, and he taught me one thing is that when we read or hear something, we have to understand the feelings behind it, uh, the purpose, the purpose why this has been done. So when we understand that feeling and the purpose behind it, then we can actually understand the Srimad Bhagavatam. So I'm trying and very humble attempt to learn what I learned from Mahatma Prabhu to understand this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam and share with all of you. So the very first thing is in this it says that the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is fulfilled in everything. He has all the opulences, he has all the potencies, he has all the fame, he has all the knowledge, he has all the beauty and all the renunciation. But still the Supreme Personality with his plenary expansion, he's doing some work of creation. So now my question to all of you here, Sachindandan Prabhu, Preeti Prabhu, Mahasundri Prabhu, Sevini Mataji and Geeta Mataji, and Gaurav Prabhu and Krishna Kumar and Rudra Prabhu. If we have everything, if we have a good job, if we have a good house, if we have a good car, if we have a good, good family, if we have all the knowledge and everything, would we like to work? Do you like to go to office and do some work? Would you like to do anything? Would you do anything? You can shake
No,
your head. I can
Prabhu.
answer. No, right? No, we don't want to do anything, right? But why Krishna? Even he has all the opulence. He has even he's a rasa of all the anand, all the rasas he has related. But he is doing thing. Why? Because of his compassion. And that's what he's going to teach us next that even when we become a devotee, even we have all the knowledge, even we have all the opulence, even our pocket is full, our house is full, even our family is full. If we have everything, we should have a compassion and we should go out and do some service for the benefit of others. So here the Krishna, not himself, but as his plenary expansion, as a Purusa avatar, is doing the expansion, the creation of this universe. So this was a Parishit Maharaj. So this was a question of the Namisaranya to the Sud Goswami. What is the ultimate good for every living being? What is the ultimate benefactor for every being? So that was the first question he asked, right? And what is the ultimate good can happen to anyone? That's the second thing. And then he asks about, I want to know about the Purusa avatar, then I want to know about the Lila avatar. So this is the one where the Sud Goswami is going to explain, answer the third out of the six primary question of the Srimad Bhagavatam about the Purusa avatar. So he said that the same Krishna Supreme Personality expanded in the three form. The first form is Karanadaksha Vishnu. I know Sanatana Prabhu has covered many times Karanadaksha. Karanadaksha Vishnu start from who live in the Karana ocean, right? And from Karanadaksha Vishnu, his skins, from the skin, just like we have the sweat, perspiration come out, we have the universe, right? And that universe reside is a Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Garbha. You can understand by one who live in Garbha is called Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Garbha. And that is so many living entities and every atom exists in that universe where there is a Shirodaksha Vishnu. Now the question comes that when we see things, so why it's not just he created the universe out of his skin and there is a all different universe are there. Why he has to go further down at Garbhodakshay and Shirodakshay level, right? Is that was not enough just to create it? Because Krishna wanted to take care of every single living entity personally. He wanted to serve every single entity personally. He wanted to serve Sachinandan Prabhu, he wanted to serve Priti Mataji, he wanted to serve Mahasundari Prabhu, he wanted to serve Priya Prabhu, he wanted to serve Sevini Prabhu, he wanted to serve Krishna Kumar, Gaurav Prabhu, Rudra Prabhu, and Neelam Prabhu, everyone. Because Krishnas love everyone. Everyone belong to Krishna. Everyone belong to Krishna, and Krishna belong to everyone. I, I, we have Mahatma Prabhu last week, and he says, just like a Ras Leela, when Krishna was dancing with so many gopis, uh, I think 63 million gopis, so many gopis in the Ras Leela, and everyone was not thinking, but Krishna was present with every gopis during the Ras Leela. So Krishna was present in every gopis personally. He says, "Oh, in the center. I'm dancing with Radha and Krishna." And every gopi is surrounding dancing with me, and they will feel very happy that okay, Krishna is there. So Mahatma Prabhu was telling wonderful thing is that same Krishna is is in our beats. This is not different from having Radha Krishna with us. This is our own personal deities who is with us all the time. So Krishna could have just created the universe and let it be. But Krishna created each universe, and each universe he came as a Garbhodaksha Vishnu. And even within that universe, he came to each and every living entity and each and every atoms, even material atom, as his Shirodaksha Vishnu, to hear you, to belong you. So the Paramatma within in our heart is not different from Krishna, who's taking care of ourselves. So that is a Krishna's feeling. First thing is out of his compassion, he created this one. Even he is fulfilled, he don't need to do anything. Second, out of his love, he expanded even in the more granular state to come closer to each and every living entity. So now come the third part is that Krishna created this material world, and the creation and destruction was done by his supreme will. But only the purpose of creating this material world is that he wanted to bring the Nityabha, the eternally conditioned soul who have the sense of individuality or ahankar. So the word Prabhupada used very nicely, the sense of individuality, that I, this I, which is called ahankar. As long as I use the word I, means I separated from the Paramatma sitting. Like, see, when two of you talk with someone, especially husband and wife talk to someone, he says, Prabhuji, we wanted your advice. Prabhu, we are seeking your help. Prabhuji, we wanted to serve together. But what happened? If you ask somebody, I wanted to do this, the person in front think about, oh, they are couple, but they don't belong to each other. They are not connected with each other. And then you ask I, then it's only I is been taken care of. But before that, Prabhupada says, because I expanded within everyone, so now we are not I, we are we. Myself as Atma and Paramatma, we both wanted a relationship. And because why he created this material world? Because we forget about our relationship with Krishna. We forget that we are we, not I. And that's why he created this material world, right? Now, this material world is come from the Vishnus. And he say in Ishubani Ishavasha Idam Om Purnamada Purnamida Purnasa Purnamudassade Purnasa Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasashade. Something like that. It says that the universe is whole and complete. So Krishna is whole and complete. Anything come from Krishna is whole and complete. So this material world is whole and complete and is created for the jiva. So what is the first reason for it? So that jiva can give up this ahankar. And remember that Krishna and he both belong to each other and we are we. Second, It gives an opportunity for Jiva to enjoy separated from Krishna and understand that his enjoyment is not complete without Krishna. So the second line it says that the Lord is the only enjoyer and all other are enjoyed. That is the third lesson today. The Lord is the only enjoyer and all others enjoy. The living in being are predominated enjoyer, but our internally conditioned soul forget about this constitutional position and have strong aspiration to enjoy. So this third thing is that Krishna want us to remember that we come from spiritual world to here only of one material disease that we want to enjoy alone. See, there's no wrong in the enjoyment. Prabhupada say that, but he said we want to enjoy alone and we want to enjoy separate from Krishna. He says Krishna is the only enjoyer, and when Krishna enjoy, we get the enjoyment, so that we are predominated enjoyer. Prabhupada gave many example at many other places, like husband and wives are together. So when husband and wife unite together, so the man who enjoy, but when he enjoy, because wife is serving a man, then he feel us enjoyment too. So he's a predominated, but he feels the same enjoyment, right? So wife serve the husband, and because when he serve the husband, the wife also feel a sense of enjoyment, right? So what we have to do is we have to only solve one problem of our disease condition, that I am not the enjoyer. Krishna enjoyer, and I can able to have the enjoyment in serving to Krishna. We also enjoy because we are part and parcel of Krishna. So if Krishna is supreme enjoyer, we also have some enjoyment tendencies are there because we are that. For example, the ocean water. Ocean water is there. The portion of the salt and portion of the water and the minerals are equally. If you take one drop of the water, the same percentage are there. So if Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, we are also enjoyer in very minute sense. But our enjoyment is there only it comes by serving to Krishna, right? And we can feel the same. So that is what is our constitutional position. Our constitutional position is to serve Krishna, and by serving Krishna, Krishna reciprocate, and that reciprocation is our enjoyment in this world, right? But when we forget about this one, then what happen is the fortunate living being. The fourth point Prabhupada mentioned here is that, sorry, the fourth is the chance to enjoy matter is given to the conditioned soul in this material world, and side by side they can have the real constitutional position. He says, by Krishna is very compassionate. He says, oh, this jiva he wanted to enjoy, I will create a world where he can his own small controller. He can be his own small Ishvara, and he can get his own enjoyment. But because that enjoyment is not is temporary, he will feel frustrated, and because he will frustrated, he want to inquire, and when he inquire, then he come to know about his constitutional position. When he know about his constitutional position, then he will surrender unto me, right? So as what he do is he surrender in lotus feet of Krishna, that Krishna, you are sitting in my heart as a Paramatma. I belong to you, you belong to me, and I surrendered unto your lotus feet. Understand, my enjoyment is only possible by serving to you. When I serve you, when you reciprocate, then I feel the enjoyment, right? After this, the fortunate living entity, what happened after that? Once he get this understanding, s- so for this knowledge, every knowledge is in three steps: the sambandha, abhideya, and the prayojan. Sambandh means what is my relationship? What is my relationship with Krishna? What is my relationship with this material world? What is my relationship? So sambandh. So when one understand that Krishna created this material world out of his compassion, that is a sambandh gyan. Second, he expanded even up to the finest point as a Paramatma to be with us all the time. Third, he created this universe which is complete and whole. It's not incomplete or whole. Fourth, he created this material world for my enjoyment so that I can realize that this enjoyment is not for me, it's not complete, and we can able to surrender. So when we do this sambandh gyan, then abhidya is, then we actually do a surrender. How we do abhidya? Abhidya means following the process. What is following the process is by hearing, by chanting. So what we are doing right now, we are hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam, and before that we did the chanting of Hare Krishna Maman. By following this process, then third step, Sudha Goswami says, when we do this, then what happens? There is guarantee that such fortunate living entity will not come to this occasional material creation. See, he's saying occasional material creation. Occasional means the temporary material creation. This material creation never lasts forever. If it is last forever, then there, what is the point of what is not, why we should not be living in this material world? We can live in this material world if it is last forever. See, this occasionally material creation. And what happen if we fail to do that? Then what happen after many many years of suffering in this material world? We go into the Mahatattva. How you understand is that uh, Mahatattva is is comprised of the 16 elements. 16 element is the five element we know: earth, water, fire, air, and ethers. And 10 are the working senses. Five are the um, working senses, and um, five are there was a five different senses, knowledge acquiring senses. The five are the knowledge acquiring senses, and five are the working senses, and five are the primary element. This 16 plus 1 is the mind, which form the 16th element of the creation of this entire material universe, this material sky. So imagine there is a big spiritual sky when you look at the sky upstairs. So imagine there is a big spiritual sky, this vast space. In that vast space, there is a very small cloud is there. The very small cloud which comprise of the entire material creation. So many Milky Ways, so many galaxies are there in the Milky Ways. Even in those galaxies, there are so many universe are there. Among them, so many universe. If you zoom in, is our universe. In our universe, we have one planetary system. Planetary system, we have one planet Earth. In our one planet Earth, we have one continent. In our one continent, we have one country. And even in that one country, we have a province. And even in that province, we have a city. And in that city, we are living in a south, west, north, and south. Even in that one, we are living in a small house. So we are so small, so tiny in compared to this entire spiritual world, right? So if we if we miss this opportunity about understanding this constitutional truth, then what happened? We will wrapped in the Mahatattva, which will go back to the body of Vishnu. See, now we can say, is, oh, I'm going to back to Krishna, I'm going to Vishnu, right? I'm going to spiritual form anyways, even if I'm not doing anything. Even if I'm not hearing, developing Sambandha Gyan, even I'm not doing Abhidya, even I'm doing Prayojan, I'm going back to Mahatattva, which is in the body of Vishnu, Karuna Dakshina Vishnu. So Karuna, it's like you are you are in the body of Vishnu, but you are wrapped in a handkerchief, right? It's like um, it's like you put lot of ants in a hanky and fold them and put in the top of the glass jar where there is a rasgulla there. So the ant can't enjoy the sweetness. It's in there and is waiting and is suffering and this tight mahatattva in this hanky and waiting for this material manifestation after one night of Brahma to manifest again and get this form, get this again, whatever 84 lakh species form, and then start his process, and then again get an opportunities about maybe he's fortunate he can meet devotees, maybe he's fortunate he can get a books, maybe he's fortunate to get the holy name, maybe he's fortunate to get the Krishna Prasad, maybe he's fortunate to have a darshan of deities. So all 64 elements of bhakti he might can able to get. And if he get, and if you understand, oh, I have missed this opportunity before, now after so much suffering I got this one. I have waited for millions, trillions of years. Brahma one day and Brahma one night. Brahma one day is as 4 4.3 trillion years. So we stay in the Mahat Tattva state, in the Sukshma state for 4.3 trillion years, suffocating in the Mahat Tattva. And after that, again, what happened is that in the spiritual sky, the Mahat Tattva is assembled in some corner of the vast, unlimited sky, and the part which is covered with Mahat Tattva is called the material sky. The part of the spiritual sky called the Mahat Tattva is the only insignificant portion of the material whole spiritual sky. And within that Mahatattva, they are innumerable universe. All these universe are collectively produced by Karunadakshay Vishnu, who simply through his glance to implicate this mortal sky. So what happened when Mahatattva will come back? Karunadakshay Vishnu with his glance, he look at the Mahatattva, the mortal sky, and impregnate so that he can create is like explosion and it create a lot of universe. Right? When people talk about the black hole is not different from Mahat It's like it explode and it create different universe. And when the universe is created, then there are different living entities created. When the living entity is created, then we get our Sarup back again to this. But when we come back, it's not that we are coming from the spiritual world. We are still the conditioned soul. And what is our conditioning? See, when we buy something, it says it come with a condition, right? Condition apply. You see the star, condition apply, right? So same thing when we come back this world, we have a conditioning apply. And what is the condition apply? That we have ability to enjoy, but we cannot enjoy. You're getting my point? We have ability to enjoy, but we cannot enjoy. Because we are a spirit soul, we are part and part of Krishna. So if Krishna can enjoy, we can also enjoy a little bit. If Krishna is supreme controller, we are part and parcel, we can be a little bit controller. But because we are a spirit entity and in this material body, we have ability, but we cannot enjoy. I do just to understand. If, for example, you know, termites. Termites. To termites, what do termite eat?
Wood.
Wood. Termite is a living entity. He eat wood, and that was his food. Can we all eat food and be satisfied? No, because termite got that body, and that's why he can enjoy the wood. Similarly, we as a Jiva Atma, we have the spirit body, we have the spiritual entity, we cannot enjoy the material thing. But we have ability. I can grab a rasgulla, I can put in my mouth, I can ability to buy a rasgulla, I have ability to go to the shop even to buy for it. We have all the ability, but we cannot enjoy it. Because the enjoyment is coming from the Krishna who is living within himself as a spirit soul, as a Atma and the Paramatma. But when we are trying to enjoy at the wrong place, we get frustrated, we don't get enjoyment. So I would like to conclude here, Prabhu. So if you have any question, I think I just make the class very simple and easy for all of us to understand. Do you have anyone any question, Prabhu? I think you can unmute yourself and ask question. Priti Mataji, can others unmute themselves?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you
Hare.
for the wonderful class. Prabhuji, I have one question. We said the third point was that um, this everything that about the completeness of the universe. Like Krishna created everything to be complete. Like if even this universe itself is complete. So, and the fourth point you mentioned was uh, that we even if the universe is complete, but we cannot enjoy the completeness. So, is this not a uh, uh, is this not a
Contradictory.
contradictory? Because if the completeness is there, why we are not able to enjoy, and why we have to go somewhere else to be complete?
Correct. Thank you so much, Gaurav Prabhu. And I was expecting that you will ask this question. And I that's why I opened this question and answer. So I was hearing from Prabhupada. So Prabhupada says that the complete means, for example, uh, when you go to toilet. Sorry, I'm using this gross example a little bit to understand. When we go to toilet, what is the purpose of toilet? The purpose of toilet that we go and do our business and come back, right? So the toilet is complete in its own purpose for what it is created. But if I go to toilet and I say I want an entertainment enjoyment, why there is no TV? Now, why there is nobody put a TV over there? Why there is no internet connection over there? Why there is no Netflix subscription over there? Right? So, but when you go to theater, you say, oh yeah, there is a good sound system is there, there good screen over there, there's nice chair is there. So it's complete in its own setup, the purpose to give you good viewing experiences. But you cannot say, oh, this is not complete. It should have, I want to go to washroom. I should do it right where I'm sitting, right? So I don't have to move out, right? I should have my food over there. So the complete is mean that everything was created with certain purpose. So this material world, Krishna has made this material world for living entity to come here and do his course corrections and go back. This material world is like a toilet. You go, do your business, and don't stay over there and come back. You come here, it help you to remember that we have forgotten Krishna. The purpose of this is we have forgotten Krishna, and that's why I'm suffering and I want to go back. Right? So it help you to realize that you are a Jiva is Sat, Chit, and Anand. The eternal Chit is full of knowledge and bliss. And when this blissful living entity come here and he is not feeling bliss, then he do introspection. Oh, I'm trying to be always happy. But I'm not happy. Even I'm changing my situation. There's nothing wrong in this material world. This material world is made dukhalam sasvatam. The purpose of this material world is dukhalam sasvatam. It's perfectly complete and whole to make your experience dukhale and temporary, right? So that we can understand that this is not a place for me, right? For example, I don't want to um there is a if you go other airport, there is also called they have now made very nice a pet rooms area pet rooms area. So you can leave your pet over there and then you can go in different room where you can do very nice waiting. So I know this very clearly that I don't belong to the pet room area. I have to leave my pet over there and I have to come to this area. So that's what the complete and wholeness is, that it's complete and whole with the purpose it is made for it. Gaurav Prabhu, did I answer your question, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. I understood that it is complete according to its purpose.
Yes. Yeah. Anyone has any other question, Prabhus? Daniel Prabhu, you are here. Hare Krishna.
Oh, Hare Krishna. Oh, gosh, sorry, I didn't realize I was unmuted. Sorry. Hare
No,
Bol.
no, no, no. You have any other question, Prabhu?
No,
I just
nope,
wanted to discuss a little bit on the top of it. Just one thing, if you want to hear this, is I was hearing this morning from my mentor. So when we say, you can see my screen here. This is very important. When you say the Paramatma has three feature, the Purusa feature of the same personality of Godhead. Just here I will highlight. not before that. Is a Brahman. Tell me something. Yeah. So a part of his opulence is manifested at impersonal Brahman, a part of his opulence is manifested at Paramatma, and a Purusa feature of the super personality also has an original feature as a Lord. So I think we have heard these terms hundred of times in ISKCON, right? There's three feature: impersonal feature, there is a Paramatma feature, and there is a feature of the supreme personality of Godhead. So devotees, we are just interested in the supreme feature. But why Prabhupada always insisted on those things? Because this is very subtle. And as Mahatma Prabhu was telling is that when we hear this, we have to understand the feeling behind it. So how this understand is when we see a devotee, right? Or when we see a living entity, right? So what is our response when I see some living entity? We are very insensitive toward others' feelings. We are very insensitive toward other behaviors. Uh, so and we are we are in very early stage we say we are very ignorant about that. So that is also called an impersonal feature because I see they are human being, but I don't consider them as a human being. I don't consider them. I I see they are spirit soul. Because they are living, they have spirit soul, but I don't consider them. So this is like very impersonal, impersonal understanding about impersonal relationship with Krishna. Second, when we little bit more advanced and when we see every living entity and we see the Paramatma within their heart, when we respect every devotees as a Vaishnava. Vaishnavas means one who worship Vishnu, right? So when we see that this devotees is a Vaishnava, the Paramatma is sitting in his heart, I will respect them, I will acknowledge them, right? So that stage when we are even in the dog, even in everyone living entity. I remember my wife yesterday. Um, we have fruit fly in our house, and she was washing the dishes. Fruit fly is very small, very tiny. You don't even able to see it properly. So it got wet, and she was saying, "Oh, Prabhu, can you come? This fruit fly is dying. Can you please take it very carefully from my hand? Dried it up. He's struggling. He's struggling. He will give up the life." So I took it, and then I was very insensitive when I'm taking it. I was thinking, what she is doing it? Just a insect, and it will die anyways. Fruit fly life is 6 hours only, anyways. But because she is very sensitive to every living entity, she says, "Oh, there is a Krishna has given a certain duration to that. There is a Paramatma in the same fruit fly, the same within us." And when we are at this stage, then we can able to see the Paramatma in others when we are sensitive to others, and then we are able to be aware about ourselves, seeing the Paramatma within us. And when slowly we advance, then we can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead present in front of us in in His holy name, the Naam, Roop, Gun, and Leela. So the name will manifest, as Mahatma Prabhu was telling, very nice. Um, what we are chanting the dead name. The living name is when you are adding a feeling into the chanting that, "Oh Radha, oh Krishna, please engage me in your service. Oh my friend, please accept me." Right? And what was that? "Please bring my heart closer to your heart." With that feeling, then Radha Krishna is actually with you when you're chanting, you're having a conversation. So that the name will manifest, name, and then form will manifest. Then you see while I'm chanting, I see when Mahatma Prabhu was here. So I knocked in his room so that I can ask him if he need water or anything. So when I knocked to his room, so he pay obeisances not to me, but a table in front of me and a small picture. And he says, excuse me, not to me, but to them. And then he talked to me. So just like when I talk to you and somebody interfere with me, then what happened? I says, Prabhu, excuse me, I just want to attend this person for a moment. So I see when he was chanting it, he is having a connection with Radha and Krishna. He's having a conversation. So I see him that instead say, then what happened? He slowly see the Rupa, his form. He can see the Nama Rupa. Then what happened? Guna. Then what happens? Slowly, slowly, he remember all the he remembers, he understand all the qualities of Krishna, the Guna. And when he remember, oh, Krishna is this, oh, Krishna is this, Krishna is this. For example, Prabhupada goes for a morning walk with a disciple and he's walking the nature. He says, oh, he point to the tree, he point to the moon, he point to this and this, and he say, you know, Krishna is this, Krishna is this, Krishna is this, and he connect with pastime of Krishna. And then is a Leela. Then he can able to see the Leela. He see the Krishna's pastime. He can remember the Leela. So this three stage of Krishna's feature as impersonal, I think this happen in our personal life is when we are very much neglect and ignorant about other presence around us, then we are very impersonal. We are taking Krishna as very impersonal. When we start seeing every living entity, there is a Krishna in the form of Paramatma, then we are in the Paramatma feature, we are understanding Krishna Paramatma feature. And then slowly, slowly, we transcend that level and we can able to see Krishna in his personal form, in the form of the name, the form, the guna, and the pastimes. Okay, so that's why when we read Bhagavatam, it says about the creation and it says very boring. It's very boring to see, oh, Purusa incarnation, this came and then this Vishnu came, then this material element created, this element created, this element created. So we have to, if we see the feelings behind it, the Krishna is making sure, even in this material world, when we are coming here, t- we we get we get our need, but not our want. So Mahasundari asked very beautiful question in his previous Bhagavatam class we had. My son Prahlad, so he is doing a Ekadashi for me for last 1 years. And yesterday he says, I don't want to do Ekadashi. I said, what happened? We cooked his lunch and breakfast going to school Ekadashi. And suddenly he said, I don't want to do Ekadashi. And I asked, what happened? He says, I feel bored by doing Ekadashi. There's nothing, there's no stimulus, there's no enjoyment in doing Ekadashi. And then what happened is, why he feel bored? Because every time we make a sabudana for him. And when he go to school, the sabudana get cold and then there is no fun eating sabudana. It's like a rubber, right? You all experience this, right? Because he have a bad experience of having a fasting prasadam in that way, he say, I'm bored. I want to have paratha. It's okay. So we are trying to fulfill his need, but not, sorry, we are trying to fulfill his want, but not his need. He want this paratha, but his need is actually, he want eternal, he's Satchit Anand, he want eternal pleasures. So we fulfill it for the time being, and later we, by our example, we realized him, okay, he's a jiva, he needs something. So we made a fries for him, fries, Ekadashi fries for him in the evening. So he had it and he said, I like it. I want to do Ekadashi in the evening, right? So similarly, the Krishna created this material world so that our tendency to enjoyment, we try to do it, but same time we do our main business to understand the constitutional truth and go back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So any question, Prabhu, anyone have? Okay. Thank you so much, Sachindan Prabhu, Priya Prabhu, Gaurav Prabhu, Krishna Kumar Prabhu, Nilam Prabhu, and Riyam Prabhu, and Daniel Prabhu, for all of you for joining the Bhagavatam class. And we'll see you again tomorrow.